Is it time to buy or sell SPDR S&P 500 ETF? In this video, we're diving deep into SPDR S&P 500 ETF. Our initial report was published on our website on Friday, the 20th of June, 2025, and now we're here to provide you with an even more detailed analysis. Remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest analysis. You don't want to miss any crucial updates that could impact your investments. Enhance your trading decisions by trying our newly launched AI stock analysis tool powered by GPT-4 at StockInvest.us. Tap into the power of AI and receive free price predictions and deep analysis for any one among 45,000 companies worldwide today. Please note that this video is for informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Since the 27th of May, 2025, our system has ranked the SPDR S&P 500 ETF as a hold or accumulate, assigning it a score of 0.86. Now let's examine the ETF's performance during this time frame. The ETF has experienced natural fluctuations with a gain of 0.53%. This results in an average return of 0.03% per day since it was categorized as hold or accumulate. The exchange-traded fund is currently situated within a robust and ascending trend in the short term, indicating that further upward movement is likely. The prevailing 3-month trend points to a potential change of approximately 13.19% over the upcoming 3 months, with anticipated returns ranging between 5.48% and 16.09%. In terms of a longer outlook, our 12-month analysis forecasts a projected change of around 4.58%. Based on our calculations, the stock's performance could vary between negative 11.66% and positive 9.46% over the next year. In practical terms, this places the future price within the range of $524.97 to $650.47. Our latest daily update for SPDR S&P 500 ETF includes the headline, Evaluation of SPDR S&P 500 ETF downgraded after the last trading session. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF price fell by approximately 0.536% on the last day, which was Friday, the 20th of June, 2025, decreasing from $597.48 to $594.28. This marks the third consecutive day of decline. During the last trading day, the ETF fluctuated by 1.11%, ranging from a low of $592.87 to a high of $599.46. The price has experienced both increases and decreases during this period, with a gain of 0.21% over the past 2 weeks. Volume increased on the last day by 18 million shares, albeit in the context of falling prices. This may serve as an early warning, suggesting a slight increase in risk over the next couple of days. In total, 94 million shares were traded, amounting to approximately $55.62 billion. Over the past 52 weeks, the highest price of the ETF was $613.23, while the lowest price was $481.80. Currently, the price stands at 3.09%, or $18.95, below the 52-week high of $613.23. which also represents the all-time high for the ETF. Recent developments surrounding the S&P 500, particularly the SPY exchange-traded fund, signal a complex market landscape as of June 20th, 2025. Current seasonality suggests an upward push to a target of 6,150 to 6,200 before a potential multi-month correction to levels between 5,400 and 5,600. This indicates volatility on the horizon, which could deter short-term traders while presenting buying opportunities for long-term investors. Market sentiment remains buoyant despite concerns that the S&P 500 is perceived as overvalued, with some analysts arguing it could actually be undervalued given the recovery trends. The anticipation of a possible Federal Reserve interest rate cut in July adds an element of optimism, potentially acting as rocket fuel for further market gains. Today's trading also reflects a reaction to geopolitical variables, particularly discussions regarding Iran, which are providing some market uplift. However, risks remain, illustrated by recent market responses to significant issues like retail declines and a softening housing market. Tech stocks, particularly semiconductors, have been leading gains, suggesting strong sector performance in the immediate term, which could buoy SPY value further. Overall, while short-term fluctuations and corrections are likely as the market navigates these dynamics, a long-term outlook remains cautiously optimistic, especially as economic indicators stabilize. The following signals have been identified for the SPDR S&P 500 ETF. The SPDR S&P 500 ETF currently holds a sell signal from the short-term moving average. Conversely, there is a buy signal from the long-term average. Given that the short-term average is above the long-term average, this results in a general buy signal for the ETF, indicating a positive forecast. If further gains occur, the ETF is expected to encounter resistance from the short-term moving average at approximately $699.15. On the downside, support is anticipated from the long-term average at about $586.99. A breakout above the short-term average will trigger a buy signal, while a breakdown below the long-term average will indicate a sell signal. Some negative signals have also been noted, which may affect short-term developments. A sell signal was issued from a pivot top point on Thursday, June 12, 2025, and thus far, the ETF has decreased by 1.57%. Further declines are anticipated until a new bottom pivot is established. Additionally, there is a current sell signal from the 3-month Moving Average Convergence Divergence, or MACD. Yesterday, volume increased alongside falling prices. This could serve as an early warning, warranting closer monitoring of the ETF. Here are some additional signals that you may find interesting. Moving Average Convergence Divergence, sell signal. Pivots, sell signal 6 days ago. Bollinger, buy signal 8 days ago. Short-term moving average, sell signal 6 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 40 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 36 days ago. If we examine the 12-month chart, we notice short moving average, buy signal 41 days ago. Long-term moving average, buy signal 29 days ago. The relationship between the short and the long moving averages, buy signal 18 days ago. For more signals, be sure to visit our page at StockInvest.us. Support, risk, and stop loss for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. On the downside, the ETF finds support just below today's level from accumulated volume at $548.62 and $505.28. There is a natural risk involved when an ETF is testing a support level, as breaking this level may lead the ETF to fall to the next support level. In this instance, SPDR S&P 500 finds support just below today's level at $548.62. If this is breached, the next support from accumulated volume will be at $505.28 and $504.38. Generally, the ETF exhibits very controlled movements, and with good liquidity, the risk is considered quite low. During the last day, the ETF experienced a movement of $6.59 between its high and low, which represents 1.11%. Over the past week, the ETF has shown a daily average volatility of 0.74%. Now let's discuss some potential day trading levels for SPDR S&P 500 ETF. In the event of an upward trend, the first resistance level for SPDR S&P 500 ETF is at $597. If you do not own any shares, you might consider waiting for this level to be surpassed before entering a position. For those who already hold the ETF, this could be a suitable level to evaluate for swing trading. Conversely, on the downside, SPDR S&P 500 ETF faces its first support level at $548.62. If this support level remains intact, it might serve as an attractive entry point, anticipating a potential rebound. Our recommended stop loss is set at $574.25, reflecting a decline of 3.37%. This exchange-traded fund experiences very low daily fluctuations, resulting in minimal risk. Additionally, a sell signal has emerged from a pivot top identified 5 days ago. Is the SPDR S&P 500 ETF a good investment? The SPDR S&P 500 ETF exhibits several negative indicators, suggesting it may be a candidate for selling. However, due to the potential for a turnaround, it should also be viewed as a hold or accumulate candidate in the current situation while we wait for further developments. Given some minor weaknesses in the technical analysis, we have revised our recommendation for this ETF from a buy to a hold or accumulate since the last evaluation. After examining the volatility and movements from the most recent trading day, Our analysis indicates that the current price is undervalued. For trading on Monday, the 23rd of June, we anticipate that the SPDR S&P 500 ETF will open higher by $1.26, starting at $595.54. We remind you that trading involves a high risk of losing money, and it is essential to consult with a financial advisor before making any decisions regarding the purchase or sale of securities. Your investment choices should not solely rely on StockInvest.us. By utilizing this information, you acknowledge that you are responsible for your own investment decisions. This is our current view of the exchange-traded fund. Do you agree or disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. What is your target for the exchange-traded fund? Remember to like and subscribe. We wish you successful trading and hope you have a wonderful day. With best regards from everyone here at Stock Invest.